Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? You know, the old saying, necessity is the mother of invention, can't be any truer. And especially now or any other challenging time. But let's take this down to a miniature scale. Have you ever begun a recipe and you're like in the middle of your recipe and you could have sworn that you had every single ingredient, you put the rest of the stuff out, you have everything ready, you're preheating your oven or whatever else you're doing to get ready for the recipe, and you recognize, oh no, I don't have that one thing, and it might mess up your recipe. Well, did you ever swap it out for something else? I'd love to hear your stories about that. There is one thing that totally on an easy note you could always do, like on a simple basis. For example, if you're out of confectionery sugar, don't fret. As long as you have granulated sugar and a little bit of cornstarch and a blender or food processor, you throw that in there and voila, pulverize it, and you have your instant confectionery sugar. So there. I was just speaking very recently to a dear subscriber of mine. She knows who she is. I met her totally on video chat, and we had a great chat. And one of the things that in our chat I never heard of in my life was called tomato powder. As a New York City resident, I have never heard of tomato powder, okay? So this was very fascinating to me. Tomato powder is basically dehydrated tomatoes that are ground up into a powdery form, and you can use that eventually as needed. Wow, nice. And especially while people are trying to build up stockpiles for anything, for any reason, just to be prepared for anything. But for me, this was fascinating, tomato powder. So if there are like kitchen tips and tricks, here's where you come in, okay? You, the viewer. This I would so appreciate. Please send them on over. I want to hear your kitchen or grocery or money-saving tips and tricks. And I know everyone viewing, you guys and gals are well versed in the money saving area. That's what brings you to these channels, but you have an education that there should be a certificate from. I really would love to hear some of your either baking tips or swap out tips, or when you're in the grocery store, how do you save some money tips. This is wonderful. So please, if you'd be so kind to share it here with all of us, I could speak for everyone's behalf, we would all really appreciate it. Okay? Okay, deal. So in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing, and thank you so very much for contributing to tips and tricks below in the comment section. I can't wait to see them. And a special hello to you-know-who for teaching me about tomato powder. Hugs and kisses. Have a wonderful day.